as always, all last season, we're going to keep the same format where we kind of just quickly address where we're at today in the market, try to keep things super simple, talk about one or two main things that we're watching, and then, what are we talking with clients about, right? What have we been dealing with? There's a lot going on right now. So I'll try to keep it simple. The market is doing quite well still. We've had a little bit of a sell-off last week with all the uncertainty with the war, and some of these tech stocks were coming down a bit, but as of a couple days ago, now the ceasefire nuclear deal is finally announced. We've seen a back and forth on this 100 times, right? We've seen them say, oh, it's, ceasefire and then no ceasefire, but now they're saying it's done. It's about to get signed. So hopefully we're at the end of this. We've been all wanting to be done with this whole Middle Eastern war for the last 3 months now. Hopefully this is the end of it. So stocks did quite well yesterday. And the other main thing we're watching, and oils came down a ton, which has helped a lot, right? We've seen oils at 75 or so a barrel as far as this morning goes. So oils came down a lot, which we talked about a lot last season, where when oil was up, a lot of the stocks were down because of the fear. The Hormuz Strait was blocked and ships couldn't move through and oil prices were elevated, and that caused a lot of fear in the stock market. So we're seeing some of that fear subside. The other big thing we've got today is the new Federal Reserve Chair's first call. This is highly anticipated, and we think it'll be a bit of a letdown because the Fed is kind of pigeonholed right now to where they can't really cut rates yet. Last May, CPI was at 4.2%, which is the highest we've seen in a couple of years. And they're not going to be in a position where they can really lower rates. So we've been talking about this a lot last season. We have a new Fed chair, which is great, but he can't just come in and start cutting rates, right? And we don't think he's going to raise. There's a 97% chance on the futures market that it holds, which means they're not going to raise the rates or cut the rates. Would be better than raising. Everyone's just scared of rates going back up, but we don't think rates can start coming back down yet until they start to get that inflation down. There's just too much pressure from the rest of the Federal Reserve, right? So we're looking at the ceasefire deal hopefully getting signed here in the next couple of days. We're looking at oil back down a bit, and we're looking at the new administration in the Federal Reserve, their first day. This is his first call. So a couple exciting things there. The last thing that everyone's been talking about is SpaceX, of course. Crazy. So they just had the biggest IPO in history. This stat actually blew my mind. So their IPO on, last Friday, was bigger than every IPO since 2000 combined, which is insane. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Bigger than every IPO in the last 26 years combined. And we're big fans. We're big fans of SpaceX. We think it's going to do extremely well. The thing that, we cautioned our clients with last week leading up to it was that IPOs historically have a lot of what we call lockup, where people can't sell shares for an extended period of time. A lot of people that have been in it before have a period to wait to sell shares. So we always just caution on any new IPO, which is an initial public offering. This is how private companies come public into the market. We always caution to just be careful taking a heavy position into a company that is still in a lockup period. Because historically, IPOs do well for the first few days and they come down. And there's usually a good window to buy them 1 to 4 months out, right? As these shares start to come free. Right now, not a lot of these shares are able to be sold. There's no shares available to short it. There's not a lot of free shares to bring the stock price down yet. So we always just caution. We're very optimistic about SpaceX. They have incredible things planned for the future, but we always just caution our clients, hey, if you need to have some shares just to be involved, that's great, but caution taking a big position against it early in its public offering.
Good. All right. Great advice there. And I absolutely concur with that.